Aloha, everyone, and welcome back to the penultimate episode of Modern Family Season 1, Hawaii. That's episode 123, and it was spectacular. This is the first time that I ever traveled for a job. This is the first time I ever went to Hawaii. The whole show, with the exception of one scene, maybe two, we'll get into it, was shot at the Four Seasons in Maui. That's the nicest place I'd ever stayed. It was a dream come true. It was fantastic from start to finish, and it was a great episode to boot. So I remember so much. I remember a lot of personal stuff, golfing at a PGA level golf course. I remember just the absolute beauty of Hawaii. I got to go out into the ocean at night and sink my head in and hear whale song, which was phenomenal. I mean, a lot of firsts on this episode and just a lot of amazing memories and an amazing journey. The episode itself, this was the episode that I think we quote unquote finally got rid of Fake Baby. By this time, Fake Baby was looking pretty ragged. So we'll get into that when it happens. It was retired, I think, this after this episode, or maybe after the next episode, but it was the end of that. And I remember the storylines. I remember the rain. There was rain showers that come in. I remember Sophia had a wonderful reading that I just thought was brilliant with Lily in the elevator. So I remember a very good amount about it. So let's get into it. Let's start watching it, and we'll take this journey together, okay? Let's take a look at episode 123, Hawaii. All right. Right. Do. All right.
Aloha, Lily.
Aloha. There's Doggy, like always.
Doggy was blocking your face.
Go back. No. We're not doing it a third time.
There she is, the prettiest white woman on Maui. My lady. Actually, Claire and I were supposed to go to Hawaii for our honeymoon. But
you'll notice they're wearing the same costumes.
I got pregnant with Haley.
My bad.
That was good. You'll notice they're wearing the same costumes as episode 122 because we were at the airport that whole time. So everybody is in, when they're debarking from the van, everybody is still in the same wardrobe from the previous episode, which you don't see. I don't know if you ever see again in Modern Family, to be truthful.
We didn't even have a proper wedding. We just went down to the courthouse on a Tuesday.
The judge sentenced me to life with no chance of parole.
You begged me to marry you.
It's true, I did. Oh, hold on, my bride. Allow me. Oh.
What are you doing?
Being romantic.
I love that she's just
Go on. Okay.
planking in his arms.
Let's turn this vacation into a honeymoon.
Sweet Pea, I'm a mom traveling with my kids. For me, this is not a vacation. It's a business trip. Let's go.
Sweet Pea. I love that. That's an actual joy thing. Look at that view.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Aloha. Oh. Welcome to the Four Seasons Maui.
What do you think, Money? I'm home.
Yeah, you could always. This would be Manny's dream hotel.
Hey, look at this. My brother. What's up, jackass?
Happy birthday, you dumb son of a bitch.
Birthday's tomorrow, moron.
I never understood this relationship.
So, 63, right?
Hey, you can count.
You know Dad was 63 when he died.
Huh?
Hello?
Thanks for reminding me.
All right, so Jay has a brother. But we don't see him until I want to say it's Musical Man that we see him in that what is it? Yeah, it is Musical Man, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. And that's played by the actor from Breaking Bad, whose name escapes me at this moment. Who is that? What is his name? Jonathan Banks. That's his name. So Jonathan ends up coming in and playing Jay's brother in, I believe, his first appearance is in Musical Man. But this is not his voice. So this is a voice by a different actor. I wonder if they credited him here. They did not. Not in the IMDb. Not, at least not that I can see in the IMDb right here. So, not Jonathan though. At this time, I don't know who did the voiceover for this.
Don't worry. He never took care of himself. Ate like crap and drank too much. Anyway, Irene's begging me for...
Hey, Gloria, wait up. I'm coming.
Hey. Hi.
Hi.
So,
As
I
you can
was
see,
thinking we book
Haley
a
on her
couples
cell phone
massage.
all the time,
I accidentally looked.
and you can see Alex in the pool in the background. This is where my sweet little angel Ariel learned to swim. She did not know how to swim, so me and Josh taught her to swim in the pool while we were in Hawaii. That's where she learned, and she picked it up incredibly fast. She was a very quick learner. On a different episode, I taught her how to ride a bike in a later episode. I can't remember what episode that is, but when we get to it, maybe it'll jog my memory, and we'll talk about it then. Me pushing her around the outside of the soundstage, teaching her how to ride a bike. But yeah, this is where Ariel learned to swim. What a magical place to do it.
In on one. They seemed really relaxed until they noticed me.
Haley, that's enough. Get off the phone.
Oh, so we can drink lavender tea while eating lavender scones.
Oh, neat. So is this an all-day thing, or?
Oh, no, I know what you're thinking, Cam. Don't worry.
Okay, so look at that. We'll try to look at that.
For the Whaling Village.
All right, so we'll go full screen on this one. You will see black vinyl with blue tape running down the side, and that is because this van had writing on it. I don't know what it was. It was probably the Four Seasons Maui hotel van, if I were to guess, or some such thing that Transpo had to pick up for this scene. Transpo would be in charge of getting the vehicle, but when it got there, whatever was on there, we could not see. And so I remember Claire and Josh, and probably some of the set deck as well as myself. I don't think I helped too much, to be truthful, on this one. I think this was mostly Claire and Josh. Taking this, you can see actually there's white here as well. So they put a long piece of white, and then they put black vinyl and then blue tape just to layer it and make it not look like a big piece of white tape on a van. So they tried their best to hide it and make it look as natural as possible. And I doubt anybody would notice besides me, because I was there and I hadn't remembered it until now. But yeah, that's what sometimes you're asked to do. You're asked to Greek a whole side of a van, and you've got to come up with ways of doing it and making it kind of look nice. And I think they did a great job there. I think it looks very nice, and you would never notice, especially with people walking in front of it, that it was a Greek job at all. I think right here a little bit was some creases and stuff like that. But other than that, man, they did a top-notch job on Greek in that.
Oh, good.
Oh. Okay. In my entire life.
Really?
You know who else was there?
Who?
Elton John. No. Yes, and he was so...
All right, let's take a look at our poor Lily here. So, this was the scene. Steve Levitan directed this episode. I'm sure. My drink looks really good right there. Poor Lily. Was not having it today. She was crying so hard, and to the point where she was having the sniffle hiccupy thing. She was just not happy at all. Previous to this, I had brought Fake Baby out, and like I said in the beginning of this, Fake Baby had seen better days. Fake Baby was starting to deteriorate pretty heavily, and Levitan looked at me and he says, No, I don't ever get that off the set. I don't ever want to see that baby again on the set. I don't ever want to see it again. It's horrible. Go find a volcano and throw it in it. I said, are you sure? And he's like, do not bring that baby back to set. I was like, okay, fine. And I made a huge deal of picking up the baby, putting it over my shoulder and walking off. And my first AD, Lisa Statman, was the first AD on this episode, looked at me and said, don't take that baby far. I was like, my director and my executive producer just told me to get this off the set. She's like, don't take that baby far. I was like, okay. And so I took it back to the cart and kind of hit it on the thing. And when then we got to this day and this scene, and Lily was just not happy at all. And we tried and we tried and we tried and we just could not get this take. And finally, Levitan said, all right, let's just use fake baby. And I of course, being me, instead of discretion being the better part of valor, I was like, I'm sorry, sir. What you told me to take that baby off and throw it in a volcano, and we should never see it again. And he's like, just go get the baby. I said, yes, sir. So yeah, we end up using, I believe, fake baby for some of the shots in the scene. We'll see. But I do remember being told never to bring it back to set, and then later having to bring it back to set.
He sat down at their lavender piano and played Tiny Dancer, and we bonded because he too likes adventure.
Did that really happen?
No, that didn't really happen. I'm just trying to get back at you for bailing on me.
She's doing really good here.
Anything. We've been relaxing here doing nothing.
But you can see her body shaking because look at her, she was shaking a little bit because she's just holding back her tears.
You know what? I think it's
my drinks, on the other hand, look fantastic.
Always is. Poo.
My vacation with my mom and dad was them
that right there is fake,
like
baby.
Statues
when we tighten
the
up.
only thing that me and Claire could do for excitement was sit around and listen to my skin sizzle.
You poor thing, Sue.
Yep.
So that's
fake baby again.
That's why when I'm on vacation,
that was a good job, rebranded. Now we get the obligatory close up of her, so we can pretend that was still her.
Lady Gaga, that is good. Oh.
Sweetie.
Oh, look how good Lily is right there. It is the cutest thing in the whole world.
2 seconds. Nothing gets past
Perfect. That was a perfect
Did you find
scene.
Jay? I'm getting worried.
I'm sorry, I have to deal with Haley.
No, you know what, sweetie? I will deal with Haley. You go see if you can find Dad.
I'll look for him out there.
Lily, where are you going, huh?
That was the line that was absolutely perfect. We actually didn't use it. That was a different take. We had it in the script of the door opening and Gloria seeing it and saying, Lily, where are you going? Or Lily, what are you doing here? And when you read it in the character's voice, you hear it in a certain way. And then when you get on set and they do it in a different way, that's wonderful and surprising. It's one of my favorite moments to be on set. And this cast did a lot. But of the moments, this is one that stands out to me. There's one that Haley does when she's, I think also in Musical Man, when she's getting out of the wrapped van. And she says, oh, that was fun. And it's just not the way I heard it when I read it in the script, and it was such a wonderful, perfect read. But in the way that Gloria says it in another take is she's like exasperated with Lily, like it was her fault. She's like, Lily, where are you going? And then she goes in and gets Lily because it was a bigger. She came in with more energy in that take, and it was a bigger take for her. She was more worried about Jay in that take, and I loved it. We used this one, which was still very good, but not quite as good. And in my opinion, not as good as her read that I vividly remember when we were doing the scene of her being bigger and more exasperated with Lily. Where are you going? Or what are you doing? Lily, what are you doing here? It was beautiful. I absolutely adored it.
God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, wow, what were you thinking?
One of the kids had an ID and she bought some drinks. I tried one, and then another one. It's stupid.
Yes.
So good.
Yes, it was stupid, but you are really lucky that this did not end as badly as it could have. This is why we always say to you, when you drink, you make bad decisions.
I know,
I love
One minute you're having wine coolers at homecoming, and the next, the game of Truth or Claire sweeps your high school.
Thanks for not yelling at me.
Oh, honey, that would just be cruel. I'll wait till you feel better to yell.
I don't think
I
I'll
love
ever
this.
feel better.
I love how Claire plays the smell. There's no smell in there, but Claire, that Julie is playing it. She's playing the smell of the vomit, and it's just, we're dealing with underage drinking. It's just, this scene is absolutely fantastic. And Sarah's perfect. Julie is perfect. This is a fantastic scene, and Claire has the perfect read at the end with her yes. It's amazing.
Does this happen every time you drink?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Oh, it's so good. And then the quick camera take.
Over here.
Oh. All right. So we're going to talk about this scene as well. We have some favorite scenes. Everybody has their favorite scenes. Everybody has a scene where we think is super funny. I think this scene, to a man, ends up being one of the funniest in Modern Family lore. I think we've ruined takes on this scene. I think Preston was booming up top. I think Ed actually talks about this in an interview somewhere. And Preston ends up laughing because this scene's so funny. I remember Trey and Brandon both turning their head. They said they had to turn their head away from camera. There are camera guys. They're the guys looking through the lens to make sure the shot's in. And they had to turn away because they were starting to break and laugh so hard that they were going to ruin the take. This was one of those takes and one of those scenes that had all of us truly laughing in hysterics. It was absolutely fantastic. And I think we had it probably by take 5, take 6, easy. And I think we ended up doing a few extra takes on this just because we were laughing and having such a good time because it was so funny. It was so incredibly funny. Both Ed and Ty just milked it to the perfection. It was absolutely amazing. Also, I believe, if I remember correctly, some of the background in this scene was our liaison with the hotel. I think we got them to get a little background cross in this scene. I believe it was the people who were helping us at the hotel.
Hey. Hey. What are you doing?
I'm stuck. I laid down, my back went out.
Oh, well, don't you worry. We're going to get you out of here. Grab on.
You know, Phil, this might not be the best.
No. I'm just gonna rock you. Like a hurricane. I'm kidding. You're too old to get that. Here we go.
Wait, why don't you just get someone who works
No,
here?
this is gonna work. And.
Oh, wow. You're spasming. Don't move. Don't move.
I don't get.
By the way, I just want to thank you for this trip. It's really been a vacation of a lifetime.
Yeah, I believe those two actually were
Nothing weird. Aloha.
our liaisons.
I keep my wallet in my front pocket, so that's
What that
what
is.
that is. Neck going. I'm sorry.
The scene. Oh, the scene is so good.
Anyone?
Oh my lord. This scene. I deal with food. Props deals with food. Ed O'Neill hates onions. hates onions. Hates them. He's like, don't even if no onions, and if the onion even touched the burger, I'm gonna know. So, and I'm like, yes, sir, absolutely, no onions. So I made it very clear to the kitchen, hey, no onions on this. And I got 2 burgers, no onion, and I got 1 burger with onion. And there is a certain, I don't want to say fear, but there is a certain apprehension that goes through you when you're like, I don't, please don't let us get this dark. So I took sent it back. I took the onions off. I said, make me another one as fast as you can. No onions, because at this time I was still, young. I was still, it was my first year on set with the show. And I, really wanted to do good work, and I didn't want to, upset my actors, and they asked me to do something, and I wanted to do it correctly. But it's amazing how much you're like, please don't get to that 3rd burger. Please don't get to that 3rd burger. I don't want. And what if he's right? What if he can really taste onion? So you'll notice, I think I cut these in half. That way I could get more takes out of them while they were making it. And I don't think that burger ever made it in time. And I think we had to go to that 3rd burger. So luckily he didn't taste it, because his hatred for onions was very direct to me. He's like, trust me, I really don't like them. Yeah.
Rich and Cam
they were
maybe
mini burgers.
Banana plantation, where they promptly lost Lily again.
Why did you dress her in jungle prints? Because I thought it would be cute. He's gonna think she's back in Vietnam.
So that's the only scene outside of the Four Seasons Maui, right there. That was a day trip that I didn't have to go on. I think I sent their ring, no, not their rings, because they weren't married at this time. I sent their sunglasses with them, and that was it. And the rest of the day I spent on the beach, at the pool that you saw it in the beginning, because the whole crew stayed at the Four Seasons. By the way, the whole crew stayed at the Four Seasons. We all were given rooms there. It was amazing. So that pool where he was throwing everybody in, the pool you see at the beginning, and I spent a good portion of my day there, and then went down to the beach. And that night, I think I ended up listening to Whale Song as well. I mean, it was a magical trip.
Honey! Me and Claire, we had a great time.
All right. This was also my very first production meeting. It might have been my very first production meeting ever. Probably not, because I did some 4-camera stuff that I think I was at a meeting too. But this was my very first Modern Family production meeting that I sat in, and it would set the tone for the rest of our production meetings, which in my mind were legendarily bad. They're terrible waste of time. I remember being in the meeting with my boss, Jody, and I remember us talking about this next scene. And I said, we were talking, and we were like, Jody, I think somebody asked a question, and Steve was like, "No, guys, it's small. This is a small thing." Okay, and so I think somebody else asked a question about it, and he's like, "Guys, this is a small thing." And like a fool, I was like, "Okay, so when we get to the ceremony, is there a ring exchange or anything like that? Because I need to know. I need to know if we needed to put rings on their fingers, if there was going to be that type of." He's like, guys, you are overthinking this. This is a very small thing. It's not going to be anything. And Jody just kind of looked at me, because Jody wasn't going on this trip, by the way. It was just me, and there was actually another prop master whose name, forgive me, escapes me at that time, who was propping it. He was a Hawaii prop master, works there, and so he was propping and doing the show with me when I arrived. So this was my chance to have, because once we get there, it's what he had in his kit and what we had brought with us, and then that's it. There's not a lot of stuff that I can go and get on the fly too quickly. You know what I mean? So I wanted to be ahead of the game, and I remember, that in the production meeting. Yeah, this is very small thing, guys. Don't think too far into it, and then we get to it, and it's roses. I think it's roses and rose petals and candles.
Honeymoon.
I mean, it's a whole thing. Ukulele.
Too much from this vacation.
You were so sweet to try.
I remember we trying to do it at sunset for Magic Hour.
Like you said, the thrill is gone.
I never said that.
No, it's over. But wait. Put a few seconds back on the clock. The kid still has a few moves.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a ukulele, there's flower petals on the ground, there's, Jay's holding flowers to walk him down. Everybody has, like, that's not a small thing. A couple of chairs and stuff like that. It may look small, but when you're trying to do that on the day without any planning, it puts a little bit on your crew while you're there. And that's just, like, look, that's our production meetings in a nutshell. They were, in my opinion, one of the biggest wastes of times. I didn't have to go to them, and still starting at like season 5, I actually had to start going to them. And you had to drag me to those things because they were god awful most of the time.
Oh my God.
I figured out why we couldn't have a honeymoon. Because we never had a wedding.
Oh my God.
I still can't tell if you think this is lame or cool.
I think it's incredibly cool.
Looks like I finally get to walk you down the aisle. You better walk me.
Okay, I'll try.
Ed's so good.
We're here today to celebrate the renewing of the marriage vows of Phil and Claire. On this day, they've chosen to reaffirm their love for each other. You may kiss your bride.
Oh.
I present to you still as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Dunford.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up.
This is the actual gentleman who was actually singing this.
And the last known survivor,
delightful, wonderful.
And he's watching us all in the eye of the tiger.
We don't have cranes on our show, so that wasn't a crane shot. I think that was probably either Brandon walking with the camera or Trey.
Choosing Continental Airlines.
Thank you. Honey, if anything were ever to happen to me, I would want you to get remarried.
Okay.
I was a little fast.
Oh, no, I just want to make you happy.
Okay. Any idea of who you would
Vicky
marry?
Conroy, probably. She works in my office. She's very organized. The kids love her.
Are you guys talking about Vicky?
Yeah.
Mom, she's awesome.
Just so you know, if something were to happen to me,
Something's gonna happen to you.
Good camera take. Wonderful. Nothing but amazing memories of an amazing trip and an amazing episode. Just, I don't know. I can't say anything else about it that I haven't said in glowing terms already. It was an absolutely wonderful experience from start to finish and a great episode. So thank you for taking the time from me. I hope you guys loved it. I can't see how you wouldn't have. It was just really good. If you like what we're doing here, maybe throw a like, throw a subscribe. Maybe let some other people know about it if you think they'd like the content too. Thank you for hanging out. We will start back in next week, and we will do the last episode of season 1 of Modern Family. Until that time, see ya.